we came in. You know, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat it with meat? Pink Floyd, The Wall. Oh boy, welcome back. Well, we're in for a fun one today, folks. A joyful ride through... No, it's not. It's actually Pink Floyd, The Wall from 1982. Designed by Gerald Scarfe. The whole concept was by Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, and it was directed by Alan Parker. Well, this isn't Pink Floyd's first foray into film. We had Pink Floyd live at Pompeii in 1972, which was actually beautifully shot. I highly recommend it. They contributed numerous soundtracks to just random European movies around that time as well, including Zabriskie Point, possible review in the future maybe. Now if you're going to do a movie about a somewhat cliched topic of a rock star who just starts to go crazy with all his fame, then you've got to really go for the whole thing and really, just go all the way, man, you know? And, well, the mood is set, stop honking. The mood is set immediately with the first shot, and it immediately draws you into the mood of the movie. And just the way the camera moves around is such a big part of what sets the mood for each scene. The movie is practically one long music video. It's made up of just hundreds, probably thousands of shots, all just kind of put together. That must have been real fun for the editor to put together. You could look at the movie as almost a very, very long form music video because it's just made up of so many shots and there's very limited dialogue, and it sort of takes a backseat to the music the way music would take the backseat to dialogue in a normal situation. And the narrative is moved forward with the lyrics as well, but the movie is very visually told. And very early on in the movie we established this juxtaposition between World War II era imagery of mostly Pink's memories from being a child mixed with, the current 1980s. I mean, it is still the 80s, isn't it? And then the other component of the movie is the wonderful animation by Gerald Scarfe. It's at times very political, but mostly just kind of awe-inspiring to look at. You could characterize this as one of those truly art films because it's just made up almost entirely of just symbolism. And though I can't make sense of absolutely all the symbolism in the movie, I know that it is all there for a reason. Now, as someone who's listened to the original album, listened to the live version, actually seen The Wall live with Roger Waters, and watched the movie countless times, probably one of those movies I've seen more than any other movies I've seen over and over, I think the soundtrack and overall mix to this movie just blows the original out of the water. I mean, obviously it's upped for this, cinematic sake, but damn, it just fucking rocks. And all the re-recordings of all the original songs, like the new version of Mother or the new version of the instrumental, Is There Anybody Out There, are just better than the originals. There's just great color schemes going on, and I like how in many cases it'll just linger on a shot for a very long time to start creeping people out. Now there's two things in this movie that fit my criteria for nice things to have in your artsy movies, one of which is there's reoccurring visual motifs in the movie. The one that comes to mind the most for me is young Pink running on I guess it would be a rugby field with the arch in the background and the sun setting or rising, whichever. And then the second thing is it'll use clips that have already appeared in the movie but then show them again at a different time in the movie to convey a different message. And also Bob Geldof of the band the Boomtown Rats, who plays Pink Floyd, who wasn't an actor, I don't think, up until this point, turns in a pretty good performance, actually. And it's also nice to see Bob Hoskins play his manager, I guess it is. As far as negatives go for the movie, it is one just giant negative, deadbeat downer. I mean, it's just unrelenting. And it kind of has to be that way or else it's not going to be, effective, or it's not going all the way. But I guess it's really just up to you if you want to watch a really depressing movie or not. But I'm trying to remember the first time or two that I watched it where I actually didn't like it so much and thought it was a letdown. I think it was mostly the ending, because I can't even really give anything away because nothing really happens. It just sort of ends. During early stages of pre-production, it was still thought that there were going to be some clips of Pink Floyd actually playing songs from The Wall in live concerts, and I think that totally would have just messed up the momentum of the movie and just taken it way off course. I feel like I could talk all day about, Pink Floyd and this movie and the album and the sort of impact that it's had on me, but I guess you get the gist of it and you can kind of make what you will of the movie. Obviously not everyone's going to like it, but I feel like I like it even more because of the fact that it is so polarizing. Usually the three answers that you'll get will be like, oh yeah, I watched it and, I don't know, it didn't make sense. Or like, yeah man, Pink Floyd The Wall, so great, so crazy. Or usually the most common answer is that, I watched it when I was fucked up and I don't remember anything, so me even saying this has no relevance whatsoever. Alright, I guess I've said all I can say. And now it's time to tear down the wall. Isn't this weird?